Hey IDs, welcome to Module 11. This is going to be the last module that contains original content because Module 12 is going to be the one where you're just going to be finalizing your project, and you're going to give you a good week to do that, to finalize your project and actually to finalize your final presentation that's going to go in your final project in Blackboard. So we'll talk about that. But collaboration is Module 11, and obviously it's very important because we've been doing it all along, and your final project is all about that collaboration, right? And I can't get away from thinking about Lev Vygotsky when I think about about the collaboration, because a lot of it starts with him. Lev Vygotsky, for those of you who don't know, is a Russian psychologist that kind of coined or invented or developed this whole theory with the zone of proximal development, and that was kind of invented or created by him. And what that is it's recognizing these spaces of learning, right? There's the things that you can't do, right? And that's one space, right? All the things that you can't do. In addition, there's a smaller space that includes all of the things that you can do, right? And there's that. So there's two separations: what you can do, what you can't do. The zone of proximal development is the space that kind of goes in between that, and that's the space where you can do things with the help of a capable second person or a helper, right? And we see it all the time. I see it a lot in elementary school classrooms, right? And I see it in myself. There's certain things that I don't do a really good job of. But if I'm working with somebody who knows what they're talking about, I can probably do it. And so that's what that is, right? A capable second. That's what I like to use, the capable second person. And so that's what really collaboration is all about. So be thinking about that when you're going through the collaboration module this week. It is a light module. Now, I want to just bring your attention to how I was hoping that you would approach it. There's 3 readings, and they're kind of long, all right? But I don't want you to be reading it word for word, all right? I just want you to be skimming through the 3 readings, all right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to be simply responding to a discussion prompt. And what that's going to ask you to do is pick out 2 quotes from the 3 readings and elaborate them on them a little bit, and think about how that helps you to develop a collaboration activity that's going to go in your final course. Because collaboration is a requirement. You have to have some kind of a collaboration. It doesn't matter what you do with it, as long as we know that we have students interacting with the instructor, students are interacting with one another, working with a capable second or another person. Okay, so that's that. Now, things that I want you to remember. All right, and this is the last piece. Things that I want you to remember. One is, if you have things that need to be finished, please do them. Understand that you can't get a false sense of security thinking that you're doing very, very well right now without having turned in some of the assignments. I haven't graded them because they haven't been turned in, and what happens is it's just not being recognized. At some point, when I'm doing my final grades and there's nothing in there, I have to add in a 0, and that impacts the grade. If it's a concept check, it's probably not going to be a heck of a lot, but when you're starting to get into missing journals and missing discussion questions and things like that, it can impact your grade. I don't want that to happen. So do yourself a favor. Go back, check through, make sure you've done everything, so that you can get full credit for all the stuff that you've done. And it's really, really important. Okay. The second thing is the final presentation. The final presentation is a multimedia presentation that you're going to be doing with your partner to present your course. And what you're going to do is you're going to put it into your course so that the instructor or whoever the user happens to be, right, can find it. And basically what this is I want you to be able to share what's great about this course, why it's valid, why people should use this course, and why it's valuable. It's a pretty good reflection exercise, I think, because it gives validity to what you've done. Okay, so kind of be thinking that ahead of time. It's not really a big deal, but I am wanting you to reflect on your work and to argue that it's worth something, because it is. Clearly, it will be. It's just a question of whether you're of you communicating what it is that's of value. It's very helpful to me too, because sometimes I may recognize something and not really see what you're really aiming at necessarily, but if you bring it to my attention, I will. So it's an opportunity really, and it's not meant to be a big deal. You'll see, on Wednesday of this week, I'm going to release Module 12 to you, and it's going to have actually it's going to have the final deliverables assignments in there on how you deliver your final course, on how you deliver your final presentation, and so forth. It's also in the spring break module too, or excuse me, the 4th of July module. It's in there as well. So that's what you can look forward to. I'm really looking forward to us seeing the courses when they come up. I know I'm going to be meeting with both groups this week, and that's going to be good too. So come with questions so we can clarify things, so you got a good chunk of time to finalize your project and do the best possible work you can. All right. Any questions? Q&A forum or email. That's great. Have a good week. We'll see you later.